Guys, we have an urgent information coming out. US President is considering deploying up to 1,000 National Guard troops to Washington, D.C., with an announcement possible as early as tomorrow. Wow. I just posted a video not too long ago. They also activated the juvenile curfew. I think that's the name of it. They just placed a curfew in D.C. And we're gonna see what's going on here, guys. Donald also said that he wants the homelessness removed immediately, somewhere away from D.C. He also mentioned that there's a place for them, that they're gonna take care of these homelessness. So we're gonna see what's going on with this news here, guys. 1,000 National Guard. That's a big number. Alright guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife Jessica Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. Guys, do me a favor, hit that like. The more like, the better. YouTube actually share videos that has a lot of likes. So with your support, hit that like button. I really appreciate it. Alright, so it has been reported the U.S. Commander-in-Chief is considering deploying the National Guard to Washington, D.C., potentially involving up to 1,000 soldiers, troops, with an announcement possible as early as tomorrow. Now, the president has stated that he is considering the deployment to address the lawlessness rates in the city, describing D.C. as one of the most dangerous cities anywhere in the world. I don't know about that, Donna. You missed Iraq. So man, yeah, you got again, you got some other cities out there that I mean, you got Camden, you know, Chicago. I mean, you got again, you got some other ones out there too. You cannot ignore it. So it says here, he has repeatedly suggested a federal takeover, wow, of the district, including taking control of its police force, wow, according to the news. Now, this comes after a former Donald administration employee was reportedly assaulted in an attempted wild carjacking in the city. And that story went viral. There was a picture of him too that was going around. So it says here, in the District of Columbia, unlike other states, the U.S. Commander-in-Chief, once again, is the commander of the National Guard. Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. Making it easier for them to participate in law enforcement without a gov request, according to Yahoo News. Now, the U.S. Commander-in-Chief previously deployed National Guard troops to Los Angeles. And boy, oh boy, you know how that went down. So it was in June to address the immigration-related protests despite opposition from California Gov. Gavin. However, the use of the National Guard for civilian law enforcement is limited by the Constitution to protect civil liberties and state sovereignty. Experts have stated that the troops cannot make arrests unless the Insurrection Act is invoked. Ooh. Donald said earlier, and there's a possibility they might be Insurrection Act. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but there's a small possibility. Donald said that the homelessness needs to go, and they have a place for them to, you know, keep them warm and fed and taken care of. But Donald said to the criminals, you guys could stay because there's a place for you in prison. Now the question is, will Donald activate or deploy. Again, he's deploying the National Guard, but is he going to make that next move, the Insurrection Act? It would give the troops the okay to start cuffing those lawlessness out there in DC. All right, just keep your eyes open. There's a possibility. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but there's a small, teeny weeny possibility that Donald might, here we go, invoke the you know what. Keep your eyes open. Once again, DC Mayor has maintained that the condition for a federal takeover of the force do not exist, according to NPR. Furthermore, DC police data indicates that lawlessness has decreased by 26% this year compared to last year, despite a spike in 2023. All right, so I want to take you to this Fox News here really quick. Fox News is putting out some of these information here. US Commander-in-Chief vowed on Sunday to make DC safer and more beautiful, as his administration doubled down on efforts to address the lawlessness and a growing homeless population in the nation capital. I would take care of our cherished capital, and we will make it truly great. Before the tents and the squalor and filth and lawlessness. And it was the most beautiful capital in the world. It will soon be that again, Donald wrote in a Truth post. Now it says here, Donald also announced that a plan to address the homelessness, public safety, and urban cleanliness will be detailed during a press conference at the White House scheduled for 10 a.m. on Monday. So tomorrow he's going to make that announcement. Now, this is not Donald's job to fix all this. This is the mayor. But I guess the mayor has failed. So the mayor of D.C. is a good person who has tried, but she has been given many chances. And the lawlessness numbers get worse. And the city only gets dirtier and less attractive. The sleeping giant public is not going to put up with it any longer, Donald added. Instead of taking care of millions that came into our sleeping giant land, it's time to take care of those out there that sleep in the street. It says here there will be no more Mr. Nice Guy. We want our capital back, Donald wrote, adding that more details on these efforts will be laid out during a press conference on Monday. Donald has repeatedly characterized D.C. as one of the most dangerous cities anywhere in the world. I've been to D.C., but again, I've seen worse. I've seen worse. I've seen a lot worse. But again, you do have like Chicago. You got all them areas. Again, you had Newark. I mean, again, I lived in Newark in Jersey City, Camden. I mean, those regions are just brutal. Then you have Philly and then New York. I mean, you know, California. I mean, there's a lot of places out there that the cities that's worse than D.C. It says here, on Saturday, Donald said his administration will essentially stop the lawlessness in the nation's capital. Last week, Donald said he was weighing a federal takeover of D.C. police force, including the potential deployment of the National Guard, 1,000, to confront the rising crime in the capital. It says here, the renewed focus follows a series of lawlessness incidents in the city, some involving federal staffers, including a high-profile employee from the DOGE. Now, we have a capital that's very safe. You know, we just almost lost a young man, and that got, knocked out, referencing former DOGE employee Edward. Now, once again, Donald described the lawlessness in D.C. as out of control, with young thugs and gang members who are randomly striking and doing all these lawlessness stuff. And it's true. It's true. There was an incident. I mean, something happened yesterday. There was some cops out there, but a young one. We're talking about 5 years old and a 15 years old man, and some other. They got hit. Someone opened, fire. Very sad. All right. So it seems like this is all the information here. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second here. Trying to see if there's any more information. This is going to be a little off topic, but the governor of New York renames Central Park subway station after civil rights revolutionary Malcolm X. That information is coming out right now. Yeah, it seems like this is all of it. Hold on, wait a minute. Stop. You got some pictures here? So they're putting up the fence? The barriers? Hold on, give me a second here, guys. They're putting up the barriers? National Guards out there? Breaking news. Donald is deploying as many as 1,000 National Guard troops to D.C. with a potential announcement expected as soon as tomorrow. Alright, it seems like there's a possibility. Guys, if you live out there in D.C., are they putting up the barriers? Usually they put up the barriers. And I posted a video not too long ago. Check out the videos, guys. I've been posting a lot of videos today. So you got Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene. Big shout out to Congresswoman. She said 8 p.m. curfew in effect for juveniles. Do you know where your young ones are? I remember that commercial. Man, I remember that commercial. It's 8 p.m. Yep. Oh, man. Hey, bring back that commercial. Bring back that commercial. I used to love that commercial. I remember I was a kid and I used to like turn on the TV, and it was my favorite. It's 8 p.m. Do you know where your children are? So it just bring back a lot of memories. All right. So this is the sleeping giant that I know. This is the sleeping giant that we all know. All right. So this is how it's supposed to be. Young one's supposed to be home. Trying to see if I can find any more information. Give me a second here. Any updates? Please share the video, guys. Please share the video. Yeah, this is all the information here. I'm just gonna leave it here. All right. So 1,000. That's a big number. That's a big number. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. For those of you that want to send us letters, a prayer request, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife Jessica Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. Once again guys, $5 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream once a week. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on the platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put faith and trust in Jesus Christ, for He's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.